Okay, so a few things here. Burn has become somewhat of a viable archetype again, somewhat kind of out of nowhere, and I'm interested in working on it. I think there's a few different directions you can go. My experience, Burn players are really resistant to to updating the deck, unless you add black. People love to add black to Burn. I have a classic feud with the Burn players where they just refuse to ever put Luris in the sideboard. It was crazy. Anyways, I digress. So I've been talking about wanting to try this version out, playing DRC plus Bauble, something we've actually played in Burn a lot. Bauble is good with Swiftspear, and it also just allows you to have so much card selection. And it just feels like every time you bin a land off DRC, you draw a card, and it's also a flying 3/3. Very, very good creature in Burn, in my opinion. It also plays really well with Phlage. It fills up the graveyard for Phlage, and also can dig you for Phlage. Phlage is a really crazy card. This card rules. It's very powerful. It's very aggressive. It combos with Arena of Glory in a really powerful way. Also, Arena makes Channeler a bit better. And I think I have not seen anybody build Burn that's in this way. Just I'm really in on Phlage. I'm playing 3 main one side. The 4th one's mostly for the Boros matchup. And I'll say this too. The biggest problem with Burn is that you are a dog to Boros. That deck plays a ton of life gain. But Arena of Glory Phlage is, I think, must be your best strategy in that matchup. And we're also currently 3-0 in the league. And my first match, I queued into Boros, and I beat them because of Arena of Glory Phlage was the entire reason I won Game 3. I lost Game 1 and then won Game 2, mostly off of double Searing Blaze. And then Game 3, I just Phlaged them. It was awesome. So I think this is an interesting direction to go. I'm also interested in not just conceding the Titan matchup, so I'm playing Magus to the Moon. Otherwise, I think you're just kind of conceding it. There's a comment about wanting to try Screaming Nemesis to the board for Boros. I think you could do that. I forgot to add it, and we're in mid-league. Maybe we'll add it for future leagues. Anything else? So you don't really want to play Barbarian Ring with Phlage because this is reducing your graveyard, and you also want to play as many mountains as possible so your arenas enter untapped. Skullcrack or Eidolon is our main anti-breach sideboard card. All right, let's get in there. Yeah, last night I played against Boros, and then this was Eldrazi. Eldrazi matchup seemed pretty good, and then I played against Black-White, which also seemed like a pretty good matchup. Breach has been about 50% of every challenge. But yeah, I have seen that it seemed like it dipped a little bit a week or two ago when Black-White was so popular. But yeah, I do see that it's back. So we're on the draw against Boros here. Again, I did win this matchup yesterday. We'll see if we can steal it here. Obviously, of course, if we were on the play here with our Searing Blaze, we'd be feeling a little bit more comfy. You want this? Yeah, I do want that. Thank you. We could do a prediction after this match. I think I waited a little bit too long. Yeah, it seems that the Breach gamers have kind of learned how to adapt to the Black-White matchup. Because my opponent is marching my Channeler, pitching a Ranger Captain. They hit a Boros Charm on the Ragavan. 4 cards in their hand. Cast a Guide of Souls. And they have a 1-lander here. Alright, against the 1-lander, it seems that it's going to be more important for me to Searing Blaze the Ragavan. And we'll probably end up skewering the Guide. So blue-white control with 4-chant could be strong. Yeah, it could be. I'm not exactly sure how that matchup against Black-White goes. But I do think chant is pretty strong. How do you feel about cutting Goblin Guide? I feel very good about it. I've played this archetype a bunch with no Goblin Guide, and I feel like it's pretty correct. Okay, so we can go Swifty, Skewer the Guide. No space for Manamorphose. Yeah, I would not play Manamorphose in this deck. And I'm a big Manamorphose fan. Fleece with the 43. Hope you're doing well. Glad to see you take initiative on the burn situation. Yeah, it felt like it needed some attention. And I always like to, you know, give the burn gamers some attention. I like to try to innovate on the archetype. And I met with jeers and scorns and just kidding. Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to move the record tracker here. All right, so let's go DRC, Surveil. Getting Delirium would definitely be nice. Let's see. So they're gonna take 8. Yeah, I mean we just can't really say no to a burn spell, I suppose. There you go. Okay, we won game 1 against Burn, despite being on the draw. Obviously, they kept a 1-lander. So, when I played this matchup last night, I boarded in the Skullcracks and then the last Phlage. And I think I just cut the Swiftspears. Goblin Guide says, I couldn't help notice that this deck list is missing a turn 2 creature with haste. Seems like a deck building flaw. What card are you talking about, Goblin Guide? Yeah, this is another thing, too, is... Goblin Guide's not that good, y'all. It's time to let it go. I would play Slick Shot Show Off over Goblin Guide, maybe. Alright, let's keep this. We'll put back the Skewer. But it's kept 7 on the play. Phlage number 2. Let's go to bolt this. I think I got to keep that. Oh, sorry. I should have probably fetched this turn because if I drew another fetch, I could escape the Phlage next turn. We'll see if that ends up coming up. Could still draw a Bauble, I guess. 5 cards in their hand. They missed another land drop last turn. Wait a second. This is just Boros Burn. I mean, it's not just Boros Burn. Like, I have not seen anybody build Boros like this in on Phlage, and I think it's a interesting thing to do. The life total control Zap City stuff though is indeed a classic meme on this channel where it comes back to when burn players just weren't playing Lurrus, and I was like, hey, let's work on the burn archetype a bit. I think it can be improved by playing Lurrus. And every time I played the deck, I would have someone in the chat tell me that they would just rather play Exquisite Firecraft instead of Brutal Thraven Charm. It was very funny, very classic. All right, they found land number 3. Maybe they have their own Phlage. They shock in the Foundry down to 8. They do play their own Phlage, so they go back up to 11. I feel like Boros always draws way better against me 3 guide nonsense. Well, I mean, this is the thing about Boros is those games really stick with you, but they don't always draw like that. Yeah, we're going face. Hoping our opponent doesn't find land 4 right off the top. Hopefully they don't have another Phlage in their hand. Kind of hoping to find a Skullcrack. They do have another Phlage. Product of the channel is helping come up with the name Zapsity. Yeah, Zapsity is pretty good. So Boros Charm, another Phlage. Obviously getting 2 Phlage exiled stinks pretty bad. Could have tried to play around it. I guess we save this for Swiftspear or DRC. Might have been good earlier too. Big Swan with the Twitch Prime. Hope you're doing well. I'm also all the way down to 4 already. We get to be on the play for game 3, first time this match. to game. Only playing one Surveil land. Game 3 on the play. Thinking about playing Swiftspear over something on the play. What if you could play Eidolon over Channeler? Don't think it's great. It's kind of clunky. I think we just run it back. Beautiful ham. Was there consideration for Barbarian Ring? Of course we consider Barbarian Ring. We've actually played Barbarian Ring back when Boltwave came out. The problem is Barbarian Ring is bad with both Arena of Glory and Phlage, and so I think it makes sense to exclude it. So one issue with keeping this is that I'm not guaranteed to have Delirium next turn. It seems correct to keep, though. Kind of a good chance we're able to like surveil over a Phlage at some point. Also, we're not unlikely to have Delirium next turn. You're going to play Phlage, you might as well play Catchamos, and now you're in black. You'll be considered Sleeper Agents and Bump the Night. There was a really cool like Faithless Looting burn list that got posted yesterday that was playing Smiting Helix. I thought that build looked pretty cool. Funny enough. Alright, need a creature or a sorcery. Alright, let's not keep a land here. Have I tried some Sapphire Medallion decks? I think the only Sapphire Medallion deck I ever built was a Taking Turns list featuring Temporal Mastery, which was pretty fun. Maybe I should have kept that land so actually I could have Skullcracked a Phlage and got Delirium. Yeah, you know what? I think that was probably better to keep the land. I think I'm going to be graveyarding here. I want to bin a Phlage pretty bad. I think we're also going to get marched, maybe. Nice. So they march, pitch a Thraben Charm. So my opponent's down to 12 and then down to 9. So we want to avoid land Phlage here, of course. Seems like they got it. Yeah, so seems I probably made a mistake not keeping the land. I do have a Phlage in my graveyard now that I wouldn't have had otherwise, so maybe that's hard to say for sure. Fetch land would be a nice draw. It's also nice, of course, that my opponent doesn't have land number 4. Yeah, it looks like I gotta cast the Searing Blaze. So if my opponent top decks the land, we're in very bad shape. And if they don't really care about this. If they don't, we probably win because like we get to Skullcrack the Phlage if they play it the following turn. Could also draw a Arena of Glory. Tunnel Ingus instead of Magus versus Titan. Oh, no, they found it. I guess we could draw a 1-mana burn spell. Yeah, we could also draw a land and escape our own Phlage. Yeah, so any 1-mana burn spell. We're not playing Rift Bolt. Or non-Elegant Parlor land. Don't like Lab to Stage? No, that card's not good to burn. And hasn't been good the whole time it's been legal, I think. Come on, big draw! Okay, I guess... No, I guess I'm just dead, right? If I don't find bolts. So this is 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Come on, lightning bolt. Close one. Very close one. Alright, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Alright, Mishra's Bauble. Still planning on playing the Gruul Enchantress build. Yeah, So my plan today, I was planning on playing that build first, and then I was 2-1 in my league with that one off stream. And then I ended up testing this one after, and I ended up being 3-0. When I'm 3-0 in a league off stream, I like to just bring it the next day. So I'm going to do this, one more League of Burn, and then we're going to go pivot over to Gruul Enchantress. Yeah, I agree we could test the Screaming Nemesis. It's something I forgot to add. Flare of Malice, fun. You know, I'll take 1-1 against Boros this league. Especially, like, you know, we didn't win that game. It was at least not so far off that we need to be super dissuaded from the burn archetype, which has felt like a dynamic in the past. As previous lead to primal prayers, you gotten the help of addiction to others who want to learn. Sorry, this is hard to read. You got to help with the addiction of others who want to learn. I mean, yeah, obviously we've worked some on it. It's been a while. People have been asking for an update for a long time. I hope to give y'all an update at some point. Could they have Court of Calling here? Seems not super likely, but I think I'm just going to main phase this anyways. I've been testing 6 with the Dothy Imp Goyf package. Feels like a difference maker. Yeah, I was thinking about 6, like, you know, just Retrace Fulminator. Seems pretty good in general. Maybe playing your Landfall deck in Charlotte this weekend. Chat, what's my Landfall deck? The Risen Reef deck? Is that my Landfall deck? I don't think they have 3 greens available. No, yeah, but could they have... I guess they couldn't have done that next turn no matter what. The Free Strider deck? I don't know if I would count that as the Landfall deck. Amulet Titan. Bristly Bill. Yeah, I don't think I mean, we played some Bill decks back in the day. Like last year. I have a Landfall aggro deck, like a Landfall Zoo deck that I'm going to be updating once that 01. Ooh, Treasure's Insight. So they get to gain a life here when they bring something back. So if we draw a land, we have a easy win. I wonder if Relic has enough synergy with Free Strider Catchermouse to make it worth to play them in the same deck. So we've talked a lot about this. I don't like to put Free Strider in my deck unless there's a good land payoff. There's a list floating around that was playing just Urza Saga as a payoff. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, let's just draw the land. Hold on. That can work to stop them from being able to gain infinite life off the Insight. Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. I want to play that deck this week as well. There's been a lot of requests for it. Okay, so I think I'm dead. It's a little bit. I'm pretty sure that they can just attack me for 5 down to 5, and each 1 life they pay, they deal me 2, so they can pay 3 to deal me 6. Very close game here. So as far as one awkward thing about Relic Free Strider Catchermouse is that I would think that the best land payoff there would maybe be Emeria, but there's a lot of tension with Emeria and Relic of Progenitus, of course. So there's that. And then on another level, I built off stream an Emeria Free Strider. A Catchermouse Free Strider Eldrazi deck, where the lands you're hitting are Eldrazi Temple and Ugin's Labyrinth potentially, and I haven't tested it, and it doesn't look amazing, but I did build it, which of course is most of the decks I build. Just like this one's probably not quite making the stream. I've been working on Free Strider Ponza like list. Can I post it? You can post it. Okay, so we're down a game. The Skullcrack seemed pretty good to stop the life gain combo there. think I'm gonna go down to Phlage, maybe, maybe not. Phlage seems fun. This 3 seems like a good number. Any weak links? Maybe the skewers. Yeah, very close game. Had to Skullcrack that turn, otherwise you're getting infinite lifed. But yeah, as far as Nautilus Nadu goes, I'm thinking of playing that in between rounds of the challenge tomorrow. I've had a lot of questions about the deck, and like I want to move back to Flare of Cultivation over walls. I want to main deck a Harbinger of the Seas. I'm looking a little bit also at splashing a white splash build for like 1 Gear Hulk, 1 Elishnorn, and like maybe Mockingbirds. And I might test that off stream tonight. But I a lot of people talking about it. No Eidolon. Oh, sorry, Eidolon's nuts against them. Yeah, let's maybe just move in on Eidolon over Phlage, or at least do that little dance quick. Maybe we want to cut the baubles if we. Oh, although the channelers get so much worse. Okay, final answer. Final answer. Spike, that weird bird unless you saw yesterday with Spyro Phlage. Do you remember what was in it? I do. I'm not going to recount the whole deck list to you, though. I'm sorry. I hope that's understandable. All right, let's put back the Lava Spike. So I think with the Eidolon in my hand, I'm just going to be bolting them if they don't play like a Mana Dork here. Dude, Flare of Malice is pretty good against Eidolon, actually. So this, oh, okay, you said Free Strider Ponza. I don't know. Where's the Ponza? Oh, from the lands here. So this is kind of a black splash similar to like the, I don't know if you saw the mono green build we played a while ago. Dude, there are some people who just like, they're just like, I play Witherbloom Command. That's what I do. What do you do in Modern? I play Witherbloom Command. It's so cute. I just love it. They're just some people who they started casting Witherbloom Command and they never stopped. They're like, this is my card forever. If you put them to 1, they couldn't have activated in the first place, right? I put them to 1, they couldn't have activated in the first place. So I go Bolt, Helix them. Yeah, I guess they can't sack the Gravecrawler. Okay, it looks like we did punt last game then. Good call. Haven't played much against this matchup lately. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anybody still casting K command, but they are still Witherblooming. My boyfriend's. I sent my boyfriend the clip of you talking about the white black command, or Witherbloom command. That made his, and he made that deck. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not discouraging the Witherbloom commanders. I tell you what, that you guys are having a great time. Okay, so if I cast both of these, I'm taking 5 down to 4. So I think that's actually a bit too much of a problem. Let's just go up to 9, kill the Warren Soul Trader. Attack for 10 down to 5. So Zulus running around playing Ketchamos, Frog, and Kavu. Played it Monday. It was fun. Yeah, I think Mingu played that day 1. It was pretty cool. So what do we get punished by if we cast one of these first? Yeah, I don't really see much reason to not attack with the Eidolon first, but I guess Cling to Dust? I beat Cling to Dust. Alright, to game 3. Do we still want to be in on these Eidolons for game 3? They do seem pretty important, but I could see situations where being in on the Eidolons post-board is like a losing plan. Have we run out of new cards to test from Aether Drift as of now? There's like a little bit of Aether Drifting I still want to get to. We're like, are we 4 weeks out or 3 weeks out? Aether Drift was pretty deep. And obviously, like, Ketcherbo still goes on a lot of deck. Gearhulk is still pretty good. Yeah, I think we are no longer in. We're definitely not in just test Aether Drift anymore. Stock Up is the final Aether Drift card. We played it in the Tomio Meets the Story Circle deck. We've been playing against who is it? Is it Makeshift? Oh, I think I'm gonna let the dogs in real quick. Okay. Keep. What about Marco? Yeah, I want to play updated Monument for sure. It seems like a blue splash for like sideboard cards could be pretty valuable. Went 5-2 with Golgargris, running 4 Webstrike Elite and 2 Molt Tinder. We 5-0 with Webstrike Elite also. Which one is Molt Tinder? Oh, that one. Cool. Has any Aether Drift card wildly over or underperform expectations? I mean, Gearhulk was definitely way better than I thought it would be. I think Ketchermos was about as good as I thought it would be. Yeah, I think I would say Ketchermos met expectations. Gearhulk exceeded. Marco Sharko exceeded. Monument exceeded. Last Ride underperformed, but this is partially because the whole metagame is just Solitudes when I played it. I like the Glide Car. I'd play the Glide Car deck again. Hold on, I'm texting my dad back. Telling me the new Daredevil season's out. All right, let's start blasting. What, Aether Spark? I've trophied with Aether Spark. I've yet to play with Aether Spark at all. I've yet to like put that card into play. So maybe we should do that at some point. What was the most disappointing one? Probably Repurposing Bay. Partially because like, and like to also Duretti, I would say, because it's just like these cards are powerful and they are really, both cards are really good at cheating like 8 mana colorless artifacts into play really fast. There just are no good ones. Like, can we like how do we still just have nothing better than stupid like Cityscape Leveler, which isn't even good to cheat in because you don't get to cast Trigger, and Sundering Titan, and I'm playing Filigree Angel, and it's unironically the best thing to cheat into play, and it doesn't even pitch to Labyrinth in the Duretti build, and like Sundering Titan is just is so mid. I'm thinking about playing freaking Mere Battlesphere, but I can't Repurposing Bay into Mere Battlesphere because it's a 7 and not an 8. Like, we need something. Okay, so we started off 3-0, 4-1 the first league here. Yeah, there's Phyrexian Portal, which is fine. It's just like I think we're playing 4 Portal, 4 Sundering Titan in the Duretti build, but it's just not good enough. And it also and you can't Repurposing Bay into it because it's a 9. So like the Duretti shell is like I think really powerful with looting, Goblin Engineer, Arena of Glory for Duretti and Engineer. You get to be an Ugin's Labyrinth deck, but they just need to print like a really good imprintable artifact, like something you actually want to cheat into play. Yeah, I think we keep this between the 3 utility land. My microphone makes white noise sometimes when I speak. There's an audio interface issue where like twice a week I just have to unplug and plug it back in when this happens, and it seems to reset it. All right, so probably through the Breach Eldrazi. I think we just want to be mana efficient here. Could be good to play a Sunbaked Canyon this turn to play around K-Command making a spawn. Although, I think that they'll probably just... If they're going to make a spawn, they're going to make it now. And if they do that, I'll Searing Blaze it. If not, we'll Parlor. Playing the challenge, won the round, but Breach took a game off me through Relic, Surgical, Wear Tear. I don't really think Surgical is that good against them. I think it's pretty inconsistent, for whatever that's worth. Right, Put and chooses to Scry Draw. It definitely has... Like, if they mill over a Breach with a Rumble or an Emery, it's good, and otherwise it kind of doesn't do much. Let's keep the Burn Spell. Yggdrasil. Parlor and Burn is nuts to see, but it's cool to see some innovation. You mean nuts as in you think it's bad? It's been very good for me. I am at the moment pretty far away from considering cutting it. Especially with the Phlages in the deck. Like yesterday, I just like needed one more mana a few times. Blast Zone, huh? Sorry, I should be fetching first. I've been thinking Burn should be playing 1 or 2 Parlors. Yeah, it's like... Burn just always acts like it's immune to deck building norms for some reasons, but like you're a modern fetch land. You're a modern deck that plays a bunch of fetch lands and also really doesn't want to top deck lands in every game. You should play at least one Elegant Parlor. It's not rocket science. You are not immune to the laws of deck building because you're playing Burn. Do you think Esper Tesserator build could work now that we have Perilous Snare, Demonic Junker, Thopter Sword? I just missed playing Agent of Bolas. Yeah, I don't think so. Like, I think if you want to play a 4-drop, like Artifact Payoff, I've been liking Urza. I've been specifically liking Urza and to hold up counter magic. I'm not a big fan of. I don't think Tezzeret Agent of Bolas is a playable modern card, unfortunately. All right, so maybe if I draw Boros Charm, that kills them through the Tarn here. Oh, there's the Emrakul. Could be Emrakul. Not very likely, but we could go to 1, then play the top Sacred Foundry. This is Yggdrasil Rebirth Engine. Oh, so we're just gonna lose to the Devourer next turn. It's kind of like a sneak attack machine. Is the short explanation for this card. Don't think I want the Screaming Nemesis. Not the most scared of Yggdrasil either. I think I'll play the Eidolons on the play. They're playing Stock Up. They're playing Talismans. They're playing Yggdrasil. Oh, right. I forgot that you get to keep the creature in play. Yeah, but going back to the whole Elegant Parlor thing, it's just... This is why I work on the Burn archetype from time to time. It's just like... Burn players feel like they just are playing outside of the world. And they just... like... They're like... Luris? Do I put Luris in the deck? Surveil lands or tap lands worth it? Like, there are other... Yes! Play the Surveil land! You're not... Play Phlage! It's like... There are tools out there that can help you. It's like... How can I put this? It's like... It feels like Burn players don't really think about card choices outside of the context of the Burn deck. You know what I mean? They don't learn from tech in other archetypes, if that makes sense. Maybe that's a good way to put it. Yggdrasil looks easily broken. Have we thought of it in Calibrated Blast? Here's the thing about Yggdrasil, y'all. I've said this a few times. When Yggdrasil got printed, we played a bunch of it. That card is like slow and like wildly inconsistent in my opinion. It's maybe something I actually don't even think you should be playing it in Through the Breach, but I wouldn't play more than like 1 or 2 copies. And I don't know. I've tested the card a bunch, and I just think it's like pretty wildly inconsistent. No basic planes? Yeah, of course, no basic planes in this deck. Of course. This burn won another 1-mana deal 3. There's one I never see get mentioned. It's been around for years. Shard Volley. I mean, people have played Shard Volley for years. I'm not in my Phlage deck. I'm not very interested in playing Shard Volley. Why no Exert? So I can cast the Phlage this turn. Yeah, but you could consider hasting. Have I thought about updating Knight of Sweet's Revenge as a build with Green Sun being unbanned plus Monument? I mean, Green Sun doesn't... Like, if Green Sun could get Asmo, it would be, like, something I'd be pretty excited for, but you can't do that. Alright, so they dead to a top deck burn spell. Got a few of those in the deck. Oops. Not that it really matters that much. Okay, they brick. Did I escape Phlage much less? Not in the on-stream matches, unfortunately. Oh, sorry, I could have hasted the DRC. Sorry, pun. Miss lethal. Although they would have Flusterstormed and gone to 1. So we'll see how different that's... If they threw the Breach Emrakul me, I'm dead even if I hadn't. But sorry, I did miss the arena. Oh, I guess I wouldn't have had Delirium anyways. For your consideration, claim the Firstborn. Not the biggest claim, fam. Has its moments for sure. Yeah, but we've talked a little bit about Monument, Knight of Sweet's Revenge. I don't think it actually makes that much sense, where Monument's really good when you have extra ways to pressure your opponent's life total, with either Seismic Assault or Marka Sharko, Asmo, Bolt, Inti, which the Sweet's Revenge deck doesn't really have that. Sweet's Revenge deck doesn't really have that. Okay, cool. Don't think I want Magus. And also, like, Monument wants you to play, like, kind of a longer game, but Sweet's Revenge wants you to kill, like, immediately. You stop playing the challenges? I usually play, like, 2 challenges a week on Mondays and Fridays, or Friday, Saturday, sometimes just 1 a week. I almost never play Monday, Tuesday through Thursday challenge. Never thought I'd see Spike playing Burn. I mean, this is the thing. I play a good amount of Burn. It's just, like... I like to play like 1 or 2 leagues when I feel like I have something to say about the archetype. So here it's not too complicated. It's just I've never seen anybody test like a Phlage heavy build of the archetype. And people also apparently Elegant Parlor is controversial, DRC is controversial. So just like with every archetype, I like to, if I have something to say, I'll play it. You know, never nothing is off limits. Yeah, play Laris and Burn, crying, laughing emoji. Okay, we can get the Elegant Parlor later. Do you board out Phlage in Charm when you bring in Magus? I board out Phlage for Magus for sure against Titan. It's mostly just for Titan. You can go down on Charms too. I get Parlor being kind of weird for Burn, but DRC feels right. Yeah, I've just been saying this a little bit today. Like Burn players, you are not immune to like normal deck building norms. It's like Burn players just I feel like they think in such a small box for I don't exactly understand, but Are you a deck in Modern that plays a lot of fetch lands and in the mid to late game will just lose if you top deck a land? Yes. Are you playing Phlage? Yes. You need to play a Surveil land. It's just not even like a conversation in my opinion. All right, need to dig for a Phlage, I guess. Barbarian Ring's good, it's just not very good with Phlage. I do think that's a real conversation, though. Yeah, if we can surveil a Phlage into the yard, haste it with Arena of Glory, we'll be fine. Yeah, I agree. I think it's closer to playing 2 Elegant Parlors than 0. I think I like 1, but it's a conversation for sure. I wonder if there's any card I would keep on top. Yeah, would Boros Charm be a card to keep on top? So they're at 11, and then I attack them for basically 7 down to 4. Seems fine. What do you think about the version of Chandler's Incinerator? I'm not a big fan, I guess. Does it know bad with the 40 months? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen that build a bunch, and change the target of a single. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. All right, we just need the Phlage then. Like the Incinerator has really high upside. It's also like it's not like that particularly good against the field, and it's like really high variance. But you know, when you cast a turn 2, it's pretty good. I have all 4 Phlage. Oh, and the 2 Phlages in, right? They imprint the Emrakul. Alright, let's play the backup deck. Of course, don't want to play a lot of burn matches. Just kind of want to show off the tech. Not that I feel like we did a great job of that, but there's a list. Burn somewhat viable. Mainboard Chalice looking good. I mean, certainly good against burn, good against breach. Getting better. Okay, backup deck is a little bit juicier. This was a chat idea.